Harry, also known as Silva Bumpa, and this is Questions with Lots On. I don't know, I think about this. I think part of it is generally just because of like the music that I grew up with. Growing up in Sheffield, I just really wanted to be like a part of that scene. Speed, garage and bassline kind of made sense. But I think these days, I just think it's such a fun genre to make. I've made so many other genres. I've made like jungle, house, techno, trance, all that. I just think that garage is just really the one with like the most personality and soul. And I think it allows people to write like full songs. I think garage is like one of the few dance genres where a lot of the classics and a lot of the garage tunes everyone knows that they're actually just songs. They've got like a verse, a chorus, and I love a chorus. I love melodies, I love chords. I love other genres as well, but I just think garage for me is just the most fun genre. It can be a bit cringy sometimes. I like to have a YouTube of someone playing a DJ set that I'm just pretending like they're playing my tune. I don't like looking at Ableton, so I just listen to it in a different way. My last card transaction was a packet of biscuits. I'd say Muramasa, definitely. I remember like Muramasa and Skrillex. When I was like 15, I used to listen to their tracks loads. I think that was like the first electronic dance music that I got into, was like that kind of thing. And I found out that they used Ableton, and that was kind of what made me get that. And I think like the rest was sort of history. Quite a few, but what I like to end my sets with is like Big Ange, Angel of Mine. Like you expect it to be like this massive drop, and it kind of goes, it's a bit more vibey and a bit cool, and it kind of just rolls off really nicely. It's a really good set, and that has been in my set since I started mixing, so yeah. I don't know how you say it, but like Enduya, is that how you say it? That is the one for me. It's just crazy that. Yeah, I like my spice as well, like, yeah. Quite a few things, but like specifically with garage and bassline. Before I actually did Silva Bumpa, I spent like a year or two just trying to replicate old like DJQ tracks, trying to get like the snare, the bass to sound exactly the same. I just found it proper fun to try and replicate it. I'd say like for garage that, but just music in general, I felt it from like a young age that I wanted to make tunes. I've always written songs, like even in my head, since I was like 11 or 12. So I think it was quite natural. I just think it kind of just happens. You know what? I don't know what this says about me. I can actually do a Rubik's Cube in like under 20 seconds. My best is like 12 seconds, yeah. I've had a few people say I look like some football players, like Ellen Smith-Rowe from Arsenal. A few others that I can't remember. I'm not into football, so my mum says I look like Leonardo DiCaprio, but you know, she would say that, so yeah. If it's like a jokes after late 5, 6 a.m, I'm playing wobbly bass line. Like, I like all the off me nut bass line. Maybe something from like Fat World or SpongeBob SquareWave. Glove, glove, hat, hood or something.
I got the glove, glove, hat and a hood. Glove, glove, hat, hood, glove, glove.
That one for sure, yeah. I mean, I knew about Locked On a long time ago, when I was probably like 17. Obviously I knew like Moving Too Fast. Classics, like Hyperfunk. Doolally. Only about a couple years ago did I realise how much stuff Locked On has actually been a part of. I didn't even know that they'd done the street stuff.
How did he not find a baggie? His hand in my shoe. Way too close.
In recent years, I've just realised how important it was as a label. It's been so cool to be able to work alongside it, for sure. I'd say night. I'm a night owl in general. I'm not normally active until like the afternoon. I'm learning how to day drink, I'm learning how to day party, but yeah. I like my Indian food. I'd say for starters, we're going samosas from scratch. Like, I'd probably say that. Main course, like, if I've got all day, a lamb curry, you know. And then for dessert, a cheesecake, for sure. I quite like just a standard American style cheesecake, just something quite straight up, batter the biscuit base. That would take all day though, like that is a complicated meal. Ooh, quite a few when I was like really young. Tiny Temper's first album, Discovery, I used to listen to that loads.
La 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 la. Oh la 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 la. Frisky. Oh la la la.
I knew every single word from every song. That album really made me realise like how much I like dance music in a way. And that was like the first album that I actually ever listened to just from start to finish. So that one for sure. And then I'd say one of the early Muramasa projects, I reckon. I think that made me really understand what kind of production stuff I really like. That made me really want to get into production more. My best festival memory was probably this year at Boomtown with Locked On. I just think that was just such a good day. I think that was quite big for me at the time. I just had such a good time, and I've had loads of people that told me that that was how they found out about me. That was a really good moment. I think my worst one would be when I went to Leeds Fest when I was 16. Some of the stuff I saw there was just so bad. People like taking a shit in their tent. Being amongst that was just not the one, I can't lie. I've got a few facts about Sheffield, you know. Sheffield has the most trees per person out of any city in Europe. I don't even know if this is true, but someone told me that my old postcode in Sheffield is the postcode in the UK that's like the furthest from the sea in the whole of the UK. Biscuit on its own, I'd say, maybe like a Viennese, you know, like a good quality Viennese, like the ones you were saying from M&S. I can't afford them, they're pretty good. If I'm having it with tea or coffee or whatever, I'm just keeping it simple. Malted milk bangs. Oh, that's a good question. I think that was just me going through like a phase, being so sick of just trying to find acapellas that worked, trying to find old R&B tunes that worked. I got a bit bored of that, so I just started looking at old sample packs and then combining them together into something that was kind of a bit of a mishmash of flavors. That was one of the first songs that I made when I started going through that phase of going through samples and combining loads of different sounds. Make a song that wasn't like all of my stuff before. Jeremy Sylvester, I think. All the aliases, you've got the speed garage, the house, you've got the classic garage, you've got the bangers as well, the club asylum mixes, so. Jeremy Sylvester's a safe choice. People that I really think are making really interesting music at the moment, I'd say it's got to be Main Phase. Soul Mass Transit System. I really like what Introspect is doing. My good friend Old Boy.
Bellamy Radio, Old Boy 1s and 2s.
Stuff that Zero FG makes is really sick as well. It's a little bit different to what I normally play, but I can just really respect it as a producer. He makes some absolute tunes, really creative, cool garage. So yeah. Oh my. It's normally the samples for me. That's like the main thing. Just cool little vocal snippets, acapellas, little bass sounds that I want to use. I just try and get them all sounding good together.
The crowd still get a reload, singing together, songs of praise.
Oh, I don't know, I'd like to say with other people. If I'm making garage, I do like to be on my own. I think my process is quite annoying. If anyone's in the room, they tell me how much it annoys them. Just pressing play like loads of times, listening to loads of random sounds, like going through snares. It is annoying. So yeah, on my own, just out of respect for others.
Hall of Fame, I get reloads bare.
In the new year, I have a new song on Locked On Records with my good friend Megan Rail called Without You. We're following that up with a track with Capo Lee.
She'll never cried in the rain like Usher. Wonderful sister, two little brother. If you try to get one up, stick and drummer.
And then a full EP. That EP I'm really excited about. Got a few shows, doing like a boiler room, my own show in Hope Works. But yeah. Thanks for watching my single, What About the DJ? I'm out on all platforms. November the 17th, so yeah. Yeah.
Show me the pounds, I'm with it. I come around, they frown and fidget.